Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special single scoop episode. Today, I am joined by Oldar.
Hello.
And Min.
Hi.
And I am JR, of course. This episode is going to be a bit different because we're watching a horror movie together. We have never watched a horror movie, all three of us, so that will be interesting for sure. We're hopefully going to get some live reactions and have those interspersed throughout. And then we're going to discuss our thoughts on the movie as a whole. So, Oldar, why don't you tell us what we are watching?
So, this is the plot that is written in YouTube description for the video, and it says, quote, based on the local legends and stories of people who visited the real-life abandoned hospital, Gonjiam Haunted Asylum, follows the crew of a horror web show who plan to stream live from inside the asylum. To attract more viewers, the show's host arranges some scares for the team, but as they move further into the nightmarish old building, they begin to encounter much more than expected. Unquote.
So, some basic info about this movie. It was co-written and also directed by Young Bum Shik. You may know him from his other work like Epitaph and New Normal. And the movie was also written by Park Sang-min, who, as far as we know, this is the only thing he's worked on. And the movie was released on March 28th, 2018, and it did incredibly well in the box office, becoming the second most viewed horror film, just behind a 2003 released horror movie. It also received some technical awards for the editing and sound design.
So, let me talk a little bit about the actors. The characters, except for one, go by their real names. So, it stars Wi Ha-jun, who you might know him from Squid Game or the recently aired K-drama Little Women, Park Ji-hyun from Do You Like Brahms and The Divine Fury, among other things, Oh Ah-yeon, Moon Ye-wan, Park Sang-hoon, Yoo Jae-yoon, Lee Sung-wook, and Park Ji-ya. So, typically, after the notable actors section, we would talk about idols of note, but as far as I know, none of these people have ever been idols. So, instead, here's a fun fact. A few months after the movie's release, the building that this movie is based on was actually demolished. I don't think they were related, but
It's good.
Yes, so the building is now gone. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. This is Gonjiam Haunted Asylum.
You are now entering the K-Pop Sundae cinema. We apologize for any and all incoherence. Please be sure to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay.
Thank you, Craig. Love you, Craig.
Oh, it's filmed like on a flip phone. Not a flip phone, an
Not
iPhone.
the whole thing.
Oh, he's cute.
The whole thing is not filmed like this, as far as I know, by the way. But it is found footage, so it's gonna have, like, shaky cam the whole time.
Yeah, we are watching this on YouTube. How would you know?
Please tell me at one point she just cartwheels out. And all the ghost hunters are attractive. That's rare.
Never done before.
You don't think all of the Ghost Adventure crew is attractive? You have no taste.
I do not.
No taste, I tell you.
I'm fine with that. Wait, you're not going in ahead of time to see the condition of it?
Of course they're not.
Like if there's any place that looks like it's gonna collapse?
You think people that
What's
break
the
into
fun in that?
abandoned houses do a pre-run before they break in?
Oh, yeah.
I've done it a couple times, dude. Like, you've got a trial run. Better go with someone who actually knows the building. But they must literally be the most annoying patrons because they all have different cameras and they keep swinging them around.
Looks like they're the only people there, though, so.
They might have bought it out, yeah.
I love how they're making personality evaluations 2 minutes after meeting each other.
I mean, considering as how far the sun has gone down, they might have been drinking for a while. Okay, I want him dead. I am
he's already
rooting for him to
obnoxious.
die. It's a horror movie. You should always root for somebody you don't like to die.
He is definitely gonna get choked to death.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing?
Yeah, okay, so definitely him.
3, 2, 1.
The first ad.
Is this what American ads are like?
Yes.
Food, drugs, and pet stuff.
Political ads.
Yeah, political ads if it's the election cycle.
It is. It has been
It is,
so annoying.
yeah.
The more deaths happen, the happier I will be because they're so loud and obnoxious. If these were actual vloggers, I would be like immediately turning them off because they're so loud.
That's all of like vlogging though.
I hate it so much.
Yeah. Okay, so they're actually breaking in.
I love how it's right near where there's an apartment complex
Of
and a
course
daycare.
it is.
So you know that the residents are like, another one. They're so annoyed. And farming. Oh yeah.
This is the country. But I think it said that it's in Gyeonggi.
Yeah. So it's a bit yeah. Isn't it like northeast?
My geography is terrible.
You left him with a lot of equipment.
I know, right? They should have rented some ATVs or something.
They literally had one at that one place where they dropped their car off. I mean, they're breaking and entering. What is stealing shouldn't be like too far. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go to jail, go all the way, you know? Don't be a coward. Oh, and they're gonna stay in a tent.
I hate that.
Well, can't do ghost hunting in the afternoon.
That is true. Oh,
No,
maybe it's not like they're sleeping in it. It's just their
where
base of
they have like the computer
operations.
set. At night? When you can't see?
Well, they have to break and enter.
Yeah, but you do that during the daytime so you can see. When you haven't been there before, you need to, look around.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's what they're
people can
doing.
see them then.
But they're already building tents and parking vehicles. Like, there's no way people didn't see them.
Yeah, but they had to walk so far in order to set up that tent. Like,
But they still left the vehicle behind, though.
they're treating this girl so poorly, like making fun of her.
Oh, you've
For
never
no
been a ghost
reason.
hunt? Oh, like, yeah, very. You know
You
what?
have no
I'm
clue
rooting
how
for
the
her.
entertainment world works? Wow.
I'm rooting for her. She's the one who I want to survive. That's it. Everyone else, go. I think I told you guys about what the kids in when there's Halloween and people want to go ghost hunting, they tend to get high and then try to make like spooky noises to scare people.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, they do that especially on Halloween. They love messing with tourists because they're bored otherwise because it's a small town. Ayun, make it to the end, girl. You're the only one. I should have gotten a bunch of crunch for this. Oh, here we go.
This dude
Oh.
isn't even. I didn't realize this dude isn't. He runs the place, but he doesn't even go with them.
He isn't the
Yeah.
main
He's
host, though.
running-
He's just the main host is the cheekbones dude, isn't it? He's just
The one back at
streamer
the
head.
tent.
No, the one back at the tent
Oh.
isn't. No, the streamer dude is none of these dudes. Come on, show the streamer dude.
But he's also
Him,
there is
isn't
someone
it?
though who needs to run the technology and stuff.
Yeah,
But
Well,
I got
yeah,
a
but-
feeling
live
that
streaming.
he's gonna get caught or something, or have to enter later.
Isn't it that dude
Huh.
that was like, look at the
Yeah, good
bird?
question.
Oh my
Why are
gosh,
you wearing
why
heels?
is she wearing heels?
You wear
fashion.
running shoes because you're gonna run and you're gonna slip.
Even even if she's going there thinking like, oh, this is just gonna be a fun time, she trekked up that like hill with those shoes.
Yeah, and now she's uphill is way harder than downhill.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, if I were to rate their outfits by like what actual people would wear, our good girl, good, she passes. The foreign chick, I would give her about a B because she's wearing the wrong shoes and her jacket would be good if like she falls because it's leather.
I feel like the shoes knock it down from a B to like a C or D.
But also jeans, that's automatic points and they're all wearing jeans, which is smart. Jeans are really tough for if you're falling.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone except Miss California passes my fashion evaluation for ghost hunting. I hope you cleaned out your nose before filming. Time to get into the Oreos.
They've just been walking up to the building for the past like 5 minutes saying, this is so scary.
Can I make a prediction?
You have been. So go for it.
Okay. I'm going to say California, something like gets caught with her scarf to where it chokes her.
Probably.
It is tied around her, but still.
Yeah, but it's been flapping around the whole time
Oh,
she's
really?
been
Okay.
wearing it.
So they only put up 2 cameras in the building already, right?
No, they have added CCTV inside of the building. We don't know how many.
Okay, that's what I was wondering though. How many of them?
Okay.
Because that would also be like, oh, I've already been through here.
That's why Camera Dude did it when back in main office.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Asbestos. You know, if the ghosts don't get him, the cancer will. I hope it's the locals messing with them. That'd be really funny. I'm horrified, but I'm going anyway.
That's the essence of ghost hunting.
Coward, throw it open. If this scares you, baby.
Walking up to the building was scaring them.
Gosh. What? Who puts a wig up there?
In the description, I think they were saying that some of the stuff is planted.
Right. But I just like the idea though of someone being like, you know what? I don't need this wig anymore. Yeet. Have you guys seen idols going through ghost buildings? They
Yeah,
always
haunted
have
houses,
a
yeah.
wig. Always. Why is dropping wigs the standard? Why are you recording yourself doing a crime?
Because it's YouTube.
To look at people's personally identifiable information.
It's all at least like 40 years old. Lovely. The movie was not filmed at the actual hospital.
Okay.
They were not able to get permission from the government. They asked the government to film there. So instead
That
they
makes
filmed
sense.
at the National Maritime High School in Busan.
Oh, that's cool.
They recreated the floor plan exactly.
Oh. Okay, now that's interesting. This would be a lot spookier if I knew what that meant. You can't scare me. I don't understand what to be scared of.
That sign can't stop me. I can't read.
I was thinking about that.
Oh no, a dead bird. I say this like I would be caught dead ghost hunting.
You should come with me.
I would die.
We'll go to the It's safe-ish.
Safe.
When I say safe, I mean wear a mask and don't touch the walls. Ugh, public showers.
That's always where people are murdered, though.
According
I've
to
watched
video games,
one
yeah.
too many BuzzFeed Unsolveds for this type of movie. Now Watcher. Ghost Files. Oh, they're just touching things.
No gloves!
This place has been abandoned for years. You don't know what is festering.
See, now you're thinking like me.
Well, they weren't touching things before.
I'm gonna be real, I thought that was a frog.
With hair? It's another wig.
Oh, it's another wig.
His only prank is wigs.
Get him! Come on! We need to kill Charlotte! Let's go!
Well, we're still in the they're clearly doing this for a YouTube video bit. We haven't transitioned into
Right.
the part of the movie where they're actually being scared.
Yeah.
We're still in the for YouTube part.
Yeah, the very
gotta wait.
scripted, directed.
Political ads are weird.
Do you guys have political ads? Is
Not
that
in
like
the
a
same
thing?
way that you guys do.
Where it's
Mm.
just mean. Yeah.
I'm guessing this is the turning point, though, because 402 is like the big thing.
We've got to be out of the first act, yeah. Well, now here's a question for discussion. If you went into a real spooky haunted site and you were one of these people, would you also leave drawings?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
And if so, what would you draw?
ooh, I'm just thinking there was the one episode of Ghost Files, or not Ghost Files, it was BuzzFeed Unsolved, where Ryan throws the ball and it lands under writing that says "I love pot."
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, so funny. Something stupid.
I never thought to write anything on anything because I'm always like, this is vandalism and you could get charged depending on the place.
I mean,
It depends on the place and how badly it's been treating it before. If you go into a abandoned house and it's like immaculate, then no. I wouldn't break
Right.
anything, I'd leave it as is. But if it's like as derelict that thing is, then yeah, I would write like something stupid. I'll draw a stupid ghost and be like, boo. what I would've done.
Please.
Yeah.
Oh, then they're gonna totally smash this.
Oh yeah. They're gonna set the ghosts
yeah.
free.
I mean, if we're live streaming crimes, we might as well go all the way and do spiritual crimes while we're at it, you know? Man, if that was me, I would have dropped it on the table.
just set the whole building ablaze.
It's like, run! Ghosts and humans.
How much did they start with?
Start with what?
How many
They
viewers?
started with like 12.
Oh.
Oh wow,
12,000.
okay.
And then they were like, oh, gonna reach many. I don't remember their numbers.
We're at 50,000. Which, I mean, that's
80.
growth, but it would...
No, they hit 80 in that last clip.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And 80 live stream viewers is pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. No, no, no. The bells ring, you run. You run.
Oh,
You know what? Yeah, you deserve this. Yeah, cause and effect.
I don't know what they were expecting.
We're just running into another room even though we've released a curse. We're only going 10 feet away. Ghosts can't go that fast.
They're like, oh, the wigs are just wigs. Oh, he's starting to look kind of evil.
He is.
All directors are kind of evil, so it's fine.
I have an idea that would be a great twist, but I don't think it's gonna be a real thing. What if, like, he was like a family member of someone who was like at the asylum and was like, I am so tired of people being like disrespectful of this awful place, and so I'm gonna end it once and for all. That would be great, but I know that that's
I
not where
feel
this
like
is
that
going.
has to be the plot to some, or at least Scooby Doo. Like, either Scooby Doo or an actual thing.
I watched the Scooby-Doo movie from the early 2000s again.
I love
It
those.
holds up. The set is
They're
gorgeous.
so good.
They even traveled in a van. They're the not so colorfully dressed version of the what's it called? There's a name for them.
Mystery Incorporated.
Thank you, Mr. Inc. Thank you.
How many labs? Or is it the same lab?
That's a good question. What are you looking at in the labs? What are you doing?
The two girls already went into the lab. Wasn't
We're
that where
going
the
back.
chicken was?
No, the chicken was when they were going to the not washroom. Wait, maybe yeah. Hey guys, we found a chicken that was preserved in formaldehyde, and we knocked it over and ran out screaming. Let's come back. You need to smell this.
I think this is a different
Yeah.
lab because they weren't closing their noses when they walked.
Why do
into
they
the
have
other
so many
one.
labs? What are you doing?
I think it is the same lab, but they're just bringing the boys over to look at it too. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
That's the doll shelf.
The doll is gone though this time.
Yeah.
Come smell this, boys. It smells great.
Oh yeah, there was a patient holding a doll.
Yeah, in the photograph.
Yeah.
It's a nice doll too. Why are you holding it like that?
I know that was weird.
Have you never picked up a doll before? It looks like he's about to snap its neck. Nobody has washed their hands since being in here, by the way.
Where are they going to wash their hands? Please tell me that.
I'm just thinking of all the gross things they've touched. I'm just like, I hope you're up on your vaccinations. That's all. And they probably don't have wet wipes either. Okay, but look at those pants. Look at that material. That's gorgeous. 10 out of 10.
He's still holding it weird. Like it's like his hand's a claw.
Exactly.
Like who holds stuff like that?
Zoidberg. He's one of the crab people.
That is the most realistic thing that has happened.
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been funny if while he was laughing, the tent collapsed.
Bang,
Nobody
bang.
has a face mask.
Oh, the wrong camera. Their face is what they're selling. Is so manipulative.
Manipulative. Yeah.
Yes, is a hard word.
To be fair, I don't like any of these people, so I'm fine with it. I like that she's getting hysterical. It's funnier.
I mean, she's not wrong though. Like he's being stupid in her.
That
Like
was
not,
after
with
her
her
being
not
stupid.
knowing what's happening. Like he is being stupid.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
The one pumpkin we grew got eaten by snails. We took it in too late.
Oh.
But I didn't know snails
kinda
eat
cute.
pumpkins.
Yeah, it got attacked. So no
By
pumpkin.
how
this year.
many? How many
Oh
snails
no, the entire
does it
thing was
take
just covered in snails. We had
Oh my
two-
gosh.
One that actually got orange, and that one wasn't so bad, but one that was still yellow, and that one was just covered in snails. Like you couldn't see the pumpkin anymore. It was just snails.
That's
Pretty gross.
crazy.
I didn't know snails ate pumpkin.
The haunted asylum is haunted.
They did the same joke in American Horror Story Asylum, first episode.
Ah.
The couple that bangs in the asylum. The boyfriend. Scared
I
his
tried watching
girlfriend
the
like
first
that.
season and I was just really annoyed. I didn't like any of the characters.
First one was good. Asylum is still worth a watch.
Isn't that the one with Lady Gaga or is that the one after with the hotel?
No, Hotel is the one that got.
Okay.
That's season number 4 or 5, I believe. Freak Show is also interesting.
Oish.
I was gonna say it'd be pretty funny if she pulled her arm out and it was just her flipping off everyone. Really? She's gonna get eaten by a closet? Girl, that's lame. You put your hand in a wooden box. Yeah, it's gonna scratch you.
It looks like a hand scratched her, though.
Yeah, but we don't know the nails inside.
There isn't really any nails inside of that.
I know. Conveniently placed nails. Oh,
Oh, I called it! The scarf.
She didn't get strangled yet. Only spooked.
Hasn't gotten strangled, yeah. My money's still on strangling. But at least the ghosts are playing with it. Meanwhile, back at the ranch. By pirates?
by pirates? What does she mean by pirates?
That must have been a mistranslation.
I
Other
didn't
than
hear it. So to be
I hope that it's
clear,
writ-
she said they are running as if they are being chased by pirates. At least that's what the translation said. It did say Saija. It does say Jasai. Oh my goodness.
It says Psy? Like PSY?
No.
I'm gonna say this. I think that the ghosts, whoever is responsible for the writing, if they are, has great handwriting. Thorns? Like, sometimes plants come through older buildings, but no. We've not seen any evidence of that in this one. Don't break your own equipment.
That's why I'm saying this dude needs to go in himself.
All these people need anger management.
Why? What makes it a half broadcast?
Here's the other thing, though. Don't you get tips? Like,
Yeah.
it looks like they're streaming on YouTube.
They have their own website that is very clearly a YouTube rip, but
Yeah.
they are on their own platform by them, it seems.
Okay.
And I think it's a half stream since they are able to, like, have a control
Oh.
person.
Here we go. Let's kill them off. This looks like a good time. Let's go, ghosts. What we really see is how many people have great teeth.
I feel like if I was cast for a movie like this, I'd be like, you know what? Given the nature of all the shots of my face, I'm gonna have to pass.
The amount of up the nose shots, yeah.
I know, it's just constantly up the nose.
I couldn't do that. I've always got something up my nose because of my allergies, so I'm like, nobody look. We look
it
down.
looks like
not
they
up.
all waxed too.
I mean, wouldn't you?
Yeah, fair.
Everybody, booger check. Okay, let's go.
What do you mean everything becomes useless? These people are stupid.
It's you just have ads and nothing else. Also, that's not how revenue works.
Yeah.
I thought that was my computer doing that.
That's the thing. This movie is really good at the glitching stuff. Who was shooting it? Who was shooting it?
Your backup generator, get it on.
He did not. They did not think this through.
What gave you that idea? What was the first clue?
Like, you need so much backup.
He's just terrified of this part of the strip coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming the tetanus doesn't get you first, because you've been touching some nasty stuff.
Oh my gosh. He is halfway possessed at this point.
Turns out the real horror was the friends we had along the way.
Capitalism, that's the horror.
That's the
It's a social commentary.
on capitalism, dang. I mean, they're right. They really got it.
These translations are wrong. Because it just said this is the asylum, but he said it's the shower room.
Oops.
I do think they mean the bathing room while saying supply room.
Maybe.
I gotta
Don't
pay
speak
more
Korean.
attention to the actual Korean, because this is...
I know. It doesn't help that we're talking over it.
No.
Which
A
was
lot of
the
the
point
ambience is lost.
of this.
I mean, that is kind of the point.
We have been cracking up way too much.
It was the supply room, not the bathing room.
Oh.
See, that makes more sense.
For once. Damn.
Their flashlight range is getting smaller and smaller. Like, these are mag
Yeah.
lights. They should be casting a
Bigger.
much bigger light.
To be fair though, we don't know how big the room is. Because, like, at a distance, through a camera, we think it looks small. I don't think he's gonna die first because of his case on his phone. That makes me think it might be sponsored.
They can't kill him yet.
Yeah, they gotta flash it a couple more times. Get down, you idiots!
Things just appeared on the roof and then fell down from the roof, so I don't think getting down would help.
Oh, that was kind of funny. I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna be real. I didn't realize that was the person. I thought that was a ghost, and I'm like, dang, look at those movements. Meanwhile, are these two being broadcasted still?
I don't know, but I think they're lost.
Well, yes. Oh, here we go. Blair Witch Project. Come on. Turn around and kill her. Let's go. Because we need to focus on the two somewhat sane people who were thinking that people were being chased by pirates. What?
Oh, yeah.
What?
That's wonderful. I love that. That's adorable.
Wait.
She's being abducted
aliens?
by aliens too? Nice.
Wait. Capitalism and aliens?
Oh, she did get strangled. Oh,
I'm sorry, but the
Oh, she's still
slurping
alive.
noises are pretty funny.
she lived. Oh, what a travesty.
You got to the tent. Why is it still dark?
Wasn't she also the one that got the scratch?
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I was. I just realized that. Yeah. Turns out he's a demon.
I mean,
Oh, it's dead, probably.
they can't.
We
kill
knew
him
that there was
already.
something wrong with him. He was already sus though.
Oh, she's inside again.
Wait, then who's streaming?
No, this isn't stream. This is the found footage.
No, I mean, aren't they supposed to be streaming it? Shoot, I'm stuck with
What?
her.
Oh my gosh. She's still in those stupid shoes.
I mean, she didn't bring any other pairs.
Yeah.
What's she gonna do? Walk around barefoot in a place where we know that there's broken glass?
Very Silent Hill.
I was actually thinking the beginning of Bad Romance, but yeah.
Why would you turn your back to
'Cause
it?
she's-
That's always a bad idea.
Yes. It's getting closer. Girl, run.
Just letting my microphone conveniently cover most of the screen.
Run.
It just wants its doll back, okay?
Toss it and run. Book it.
I'm pretty sure she left the doll.
Wait, do we know which patient specifically had the doll? Like you hand it to him, it's like, this isn't mine.
I think it was a man.
Okay, that's what I thought too, but isn't this a man?
Yeah. I don't know. It's something.
It's something.
Something that's dead. That's had an autopsy, so.
But it's only got the one scar down the...
Well, if he is screaming, then yeah, it's probably the dude. Because he had his mouth open in the picture.
Girl, go!
It's gonna be a close up. Oh, yeah, it is the dude with the doll.
Oh, what a depressing thing to see before you die is your friend going... "Blah, blah, 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 blah."
She is chanting. Don't disrespect the chanting.
Blah, blah is not chanting.
Okay, speak again.
Halfway to parcel tongue.
But I was gonna say, speaking in tongues means that that someone can see the language, can understand the language.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, they're still working on the door? Damn.
Oh, they are literally bringing power tools. Okay.
Yeah, they had a plan. And they're succeeding.
I actually didn't think that they were going to be doing that.
They're the only part of this company trying to do something good. Oh, he's going in.
Finally. He had to at some point.
He's going in with a baseball bat. Gotta
And a
wrangle the
drone.
talent. How is she still alive?
Well, this must be while she is getting murdered.
Oh, okay. I would
Time
say
moves weird.
otherwise, I would think that the ghost was just messing with her.
Yeah, or they've been trying to open that door for like 3 hours straight.
Nobody has any survival skills here.
I think it was a ghost.
They're gonna make it back with all their ad money.
Well, I think YouTube would have cut him off, but not. What's that?
Well, it's
Is
their
that a
own
chicken?
streaming.
Somebody's getting. Oh, it's her getting strangled.
Oh, I thought it was a chicken, like wobbling its head, like
Oh my gosh.
like kind of like goofily.
Getting another head.
Yeah, don't trust me. I
Yeah,
can't.
chicken.
How dare they give us a
They
chicken
knew.
sandwich ad right after
knew.
this?
And he's dancing too. See, that's what I thought that she was doing as a chicken, and then turns out it was a person. I'm not sure my bad vision would save me or if it would make things worse in this situation. It's like, is that a chicken? Indoor pool.
You know, what is it? Calisthenics? Water aerobics?
Water aerobics.
We're gonna get drenched.
I hope y'all can swim. Okay, I'm thinking aliens is more possible now. They built the pyramid and they made this room. That's their 2 accomplishments. Wait, where's Commander Dude?
But he's still on his way. He's trying to get in.
He's still outside the building.
Yeah, it takes a little while to walk, drone footage. Gotta get all them angles.
He's just getting different angles of the building, being like, something spooky is going down, and I'm angry about it, but he's got to get all the angles. Why the black eyes, though?
It's possessed.
The international
silent.
symbol of possession.
Yeah.
Because I was
The
going to say,
sclera
because
lenses.
I was thinking that would be interesting if they did gray eyes instead, because it's like, ooh, dead. Hey!
The rising from the water was very The Ring.
The utilities work! We convinced the power company and the water company to turn us back on.
It should have been blood.
Well, we don't know. That's too dark.
Oh, he made it inside. Good for him.
Finally.
So I'm confused. How many people are we down to? Just Leader Dude?
He's the only one that hasn't
Been possessed.
been
or-
possessed / had an encounter yet.
Yeah. Like, not all of the possessed people are necessarily dead.
Well, I'm kind of interested because the chick that was doing the blah blah blah, that like I knew that like she had like the scratch.
Oh, it was him. He saw himself. Aw, that's cute.
When does he get the fancy scarf?
No, well, he probably wasn't the strangling. He's gonna get strangled now.
That's what I'm
He
saying
saw
though.
himself.
Okay, so he is the last one up. Okay. Wait, can you stop shaking the camera? I'm trying to see the face of the person. Is that one of the friends or is that just one of the random ghosts?
No, it's just a ghost.
Oh, okay.
Drone collapse. Nice.
Love it.
Concussed.
Oh, people are still alive. Oh, he was the one that he was trapped in the room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, completely
seen him
forgot
in a
about
while.
him.
He was just left for dead.
This is a really weird interpretation of Dr. Feelgood. It would be really funny if we just see like a montage of like the ghosts that are like high-fiving each other. But it's still streaming. It says on air though.
Oh, dead? Yeah, alive. Oh. Well, that's cute. More armies.
Yeah, are so stinking funny. Okay, I thought I was going crazy about the things on either side disappearing. Like
Turns out
stuff
you're
happening
not.
to the woman.
Okay, and what have we resolved today? What have we accomplished?
Oh, the holy water.
It's boiling. There is ghosts.
Is that what that means? I don't know. Stuff.
Me neither.
That's it?
That was it?
Yeah, they all died.
Ooh.
Some got ghosted.
I wanted to see like the ghosts high-fiving each other or something. Be
My
like,
gosh.
got him.
I don't know. It would maybe have been
Right.
a little bit. It would probably
Right,
been
right.
a little bit too on the nose to have like a police report at the end trying to make more world building for these people actually
Yeah.
being
At that
real
point,
YouTubers.
it also would have switched genres, kind of.
Well, here's
Yeah.
the thing though. Let's wait and see till after the credits.
I feel like most normal movies don't do after credits scene.
I don't know.
The new Ghost Files episode is out.
Nice.
Oh, also a couple of comics have updated.
Mm.
Yeah, I still stand by why I said that it needed to be condemned. Ooh, let's look at who sponsored this.
I think these are the people who worked on it.
Busan.
Yeah, those the different firms.
Yeah, Busan, because that's where it was recorded. Oh! Wow. I stand corrected.
Wow.
Okay.
That was the whole end credits scene. Great.
Oh no.
Oh?
Oh shoot.
Jung Woo-shik? Who? Is that
Was
the
he
guy
the
who
director?
made the... No, that was Jung Bum-shik.
Maybe it was his brother.
Yeah, sibling.
Or related.
Okay, that was Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. And now that we have watched it, literally 15 minutes ago, we're gonna give our just pure, raw impressions. Oldar, do you want to start us off?
Yes. So just a reminder that we did not think these through. The first thing that I always notice of horror movies is that when people purposefully go into abandoned buildings or historical buildings that aren't necessarily places that have been kept up, that are necessarily clean, they're never dressed for it. But this movie, they were. Everyone except for one character. And the only problem I had was that she was wearing these heels that were like sticking in the ground. And she also had a long billowing scarf. But everyone else, though, showed up wearing like a light jacket. They had jeans. They had, shoes to walk in. Some of them were even wearing, caps. Really just adored it. I really appreciate that they chose that.
Yeah. And even like with the chick that was wearing like slightly off clothes, it fit her character, and the scarf came into play as a plot point later on. So if it was obvious, yeah, sure, you can say that, but at least it had purpose.
Yeah, and it felt like definitely something that people would do. And I've been into a couple of like older buildings, and people never think about their attire. It's like you have people wearing flip-flops, you have people like they're having like a ton of jewelry that's clinking around, and then they're like, oh no, I got it caught on something that was sticking on the wall. We had none of that just cheap horror or just stupid thing. I really appreciate that they cut out that nonsense. Like, didn't even go into it.
Yeah, they were good at the world building of making it seem like the team that were the quote-unquote professionals, they at least knew what they were doing. So, good world building on that part.
I also like how they showed that there were like apartments that were around. Like, people do live still in the area, even if the asylum and most of the spookiness is like up the hill. It would be reasonable for them to be like, tourists again, and like not really care when they hear the screaming. They're like, we're not calling emergency services, it's just idiots again.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of these places do end up being in not necessarily residential areas, but just in places where other people exist, So while it would have been interesting to see some of that come in to play with the movie, I understand why they didn't bring it in. It was a very small cast, and they all played off each other fairly well. A lot of the characters were annoying.
Yes.
I will say that. Which I don't know if like they do that purposely, because like with a horror movie, people die at the end, obviously, so it's like you don't really care that they died, or are they? I don't know.
I was rooting for it.
They did really embody the trope that they were playing, since the actors were acting as YouTube content creators, like the vloggers turned spook investigators, and most of them are kind of obnoxious because they kind of have to be attention grabbing. So I think they did a good job portraying the kind of person that would do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
In real life.
And also it kind of set it up to where even people who you kind of felt bad for, it's like, oh, well, that's kind of sad. At some point you were like, no, I get it, ghost, get him. Like Charlotte when she was spray painting on the wall. It's like, oh, they're gonna get you. And she was always so loud and like, oh, I've done all this stuff before. This is not a problem. Seeing her get freaked out over stuff was so good. It's like, yeah, you're an expert in spooky. So the next thing that I liked about it was how it kind of kept me guessing as to what the ghosts would appear as and what they would do when they confronted the vloggers. And at one point, I was wondering if aliens were involved. Like, that's how much where it's like, oh, it could be this, maybe they'll do this. It wasn't something that was so obvious. Did you feel like you could have guessed all this?
I mean, I think there's some element of understanding when you go into a horror movie of like, this is what you expect, right?
Right.
So I don't think any of it was too far out of the realm of surprise, in my opinion. And I haven't seen very many horror movies. I've seen like 7, and that was all in the past 2 years.
But stuff like when the spotlight came down and like her hair was flying up, it's like, wait, have we crossed over from ghosts to aliens? And then there was that one point where it felt like a difference in reality, and it was like, woo, this is not just spooky ghosts. Like, there was stuff like that caught me off guard that I appreciated.
Yeah, they had some clever spooks, and then they also had some very interesting nods to other horror movies, and there was probably many that I did not notice at all, since I'm not too well versed in Korean horror movies. But it was nice. It was interesting.
I don't know about you guys, but I felt like overall it was pretty fun. Like, for a good part of it, I was laughing. For like some of it, when like someone would get dragged back or something, it was like, yeah, get 'em, ghosts. It's pretty fun. And I also like that the detail with the sets, the effects, especially the audio, and the story, it really felt like you could be rewarded for paying attention. Because there was at one point where JR noticed a detail, and she's like, did anyone else see this, or is it just me? And then turns out, got a payoff towards the end. So it really felt like they put so much in there, and then they would return to it. There was definitely care put into this.
I personally probably would not watch it again. Just because it's not my vibe, you know? But I think watching it with people was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
You said, I think it was yesterday or the day before, that you were worried you were going to be so scared we'd have to shut it off. And you weren't.
Yeah, I tried to get us to watch Train to Busan instead, which I have seen before. So I was like, I need something a bit more chill. Which I don't know if people would say Train to Busan is more chill than this movie, but at least I had seen it before. But yeah, it was fine. If you're watching it with people especially. Also, it is the middle of the day for me, so it also contributes to the lack of atmosphere, which I'm fine with. If you want to watch this, like, in a dark room by yourself, I'm sure it'll be a bit more scary.
I'd probably watch it again just to see how it's supposed to be, the scene. Because you always get a different vibe when you're watching something with somebody else. And also, my headphones are kind of trash, so I couldn't hear the minute details of the soundscaping. So I would watch it again just to, like, get the full effect of the movie.
Yeah.
I like film production. It is interesting to me. So, yeah, I'll watch it again. Oh, man.
Is there anything else that you guys liked about it?
I thought the pacing was interesting.
Yeah, there was enough setup, but it didn't feel like they stayed too long. I didn't realize like how long the movie was until there was at one point where I was trying to skip an ad. Then I looked at how far in we were. I was like, wow, they're boogieing.
Right. And I think it did a good job of having us guess when, because the whole point of the movie is that the people who run this web series, they have planted scary stuff throughout it. So you're sitting there wondering, when does the fake stuff end and when does the real stuff start? And I think there were a few times where we were like, oh, now is the point where it starts. But we were wrong a couple times.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that was good.
It also doesn't help that I do have my contacts in, but there's certain times where I can't make out what something is. And so there was one time where someone was being attacked and I thought it was kind of a chicken that was kind of dancing around, like one of those rubber chickens. I didn't realize it was a person. And I thought it was just like a goofy visual gag, and I didn't realize what was going on. There was another time where I thought it was a toad, and it was not a toad. It wasn't supposed to be.
It was a wig.
It was supposed to look like a person, yeah, and I couldn't tell.
Yes.
So, moving on to what I personally disliked, like, there were the stereotypical dumb things that people do in horror movies where, gee, let's split up, and let's keep going down when we really probably should be going back up and resuming this later. There was that typical stuff, but some of the cliches, like there's somebody whose eyes turn black and it was like, ooh, they're possessed. I felt like it was kind of a letdown considering as how good some of the setups were. It was like, oh, that's what you're going with? That stereotype? I was kind of disappointed when they did that sometimes.
Yeah. They played it for like shock value, like, oh my goodness, all of a sudden. But it was just kind of funny looking. Like, coupled with the fact that she was like going, pss, 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 pss. We're just like, what? Is this supposed to be scary?
I just couldn't stop laughing because it just...
Yeah, I thought that was funny.
Yeah, it just sounded goofy.
Yeah, goofy is good.
Some of the gags ended up being kind of goofy. Although, there were a couple times where people hid wigs places, and I've seen that on a couple of shows, where it's like, ooh, this haunted building has a wig in it. It's like, who is going into a haunted building, or a building before it's abandoned, going, you know what, I don't need this wig anymore, and just throwing it up in the ceiling. It was stuff like that where it's like, why? And I've seen that so many times. It's like, why is this a trope that I've seen? Not trope. It's a cliche I've seen so many times. Like, why are we doing that? So it was funny. Where I know that a lot of people have said they were scared by it, but some of the stuff was just so funny.
I just wanted to also mention, we kind of talked about it a little bit being a social commentary in the reaction portion. And I mean, I guess in this day and age, money is a good enough motivation for characters in a movie like this to continue. But I thought it was kind of like, I guess you'd keep doing it for the million views or whatever. But I don't know. I thought that was kind of dumb.
Yeah, there was at like no point where anyone went, you know what, we need to call for help. Nobody did that. Nobody went, you know what, let's take a break. We'll come back and look at that during daylight. Nobody was thinking that. Nobody had any self-preservation.
It is a horror movie, so you don't have that anyway, but
Yeah, but there was no attempt. Except like 2 girls tried to flee at one point. But even then, though, it just kind of felt like, it felt like they had phones and they clearly had reception. Nobody pulled up their maps to get to the road. Like, there was certain stuff like that. Where I know, though, that, like, when you are in a high-stress situation that you're not necessarily thinking clearly, but there were certain things where it's like, that would have been my go-to. But then again, people have different experiences, of course.
Right.
Especially because one of them said she went to the Aokigahara forest in Japan.
Among other places.
Yeah, among other places, but it's like, especially for, like, I think of that forest as being, like, very... I know that there are areas where it's like people just walk through because it's, you know, you're parking in your area. But there's certain parts where like it really gets dense because it's a whole forest. And it's like, you didn't pick up anything from there that you could use here. Like it just didn't feel like their experience really came through very much. Also, nobody tried to fight the ghosts, I noticed. Because they looked pretty corporal. Nobody was like trying to punch a ghost.
That is fair. That is very fair.
My first instinct would have been punch
flailing.
first. Yeah. There was also one person who like, it's like, run! Instead, like, they were just like looking at it, then like looking around, and it's like, go! Like, there wasn't an indication that they couldn't move. Either they were too afraid, or that there was something blocking them from running down the hallway. It was just like, they were just like, what should I do? It's like, run!
How about that?
Do something, yell at them, throw their doll at them. Just, ugh. But then that also goes into when the ghosts themselves were kind of revealed. Like, some of the faces were pretty good, but then the attire and makeup for, like, the individual interactions, like the one-on-one with the people, was pretty disappointing, except for the part where, like, you can see multiple ones. It's like, that was cool. Why couldn't you have done that in another way? So it was just kind of disappointing when you'd see, like, one ghost coming to attack. Why?
Not gonna lie. I watched a lot of the last part through, like, obscured hands. Maybe my microphone. So I wasn't really paying attention to that part just for my own mental health. But, yeah.
I did like the ending with the ghosts. And you see, like, multiple people. It's like, yes! Like, I kind of wish that they'd kind of gone into it more. But, okay, I thought my beef would be with the idiots that were coming into the building. Instead, my beef more is with the ghosts. So, you've had a miserable life and you're stuck here in the afterlife. And what do? You just take your rage out on randos? You just like, oh, we're gonna play for a bit and then kill them? Who cares? Like, you have gone through torment. More. Come on. Drag them. Like, it didn't feel like there was the connection, which was made so clear in the beginning with what they had gone through and, like, this whole history. It didn't feel like it really harkened back to it other than using props that were, around the building. So I was kind of expecting more like, and this is for making me go into another group therapy session. Like, none of that.
Should we end on what was something that actually scared us? Like, was there anything that made us jump at all?
No.
Or, like, kind of go, there was nothing for you?
I was mainly
Okay,
laughing,
good.
I'll be real.
When Ji-hyun's arm was in the thing, I knew it was gonna be pulled. I knew she was gonna get her arm pulled. But when it, like, just shoved her in, like, pulled her arm, that, like, I don't know, the way they filmed it, like, the sound, everything, that made me jump. I thought that was really good.
Yeah. I love how they rationalized it. It might have been thorns. I was thinking that maybe there were nails on the inside. Maybe it was like one of those, like, you know how sometimes people modify furniture to make it awful.
This.
I was expecting that.
They did have some strange translations in the YouTube link. We'll link the YouTube video because it's free with ads on YouTube right now. If you are outside the States, you need a VPN to watch it. But yeah, some of the translations were a bit off, and Oldar and I were not listening hard enough to the Korean to pick it all up. But there were a few times that we were like, that's an interesting way of translating this. Why did they do it like that?
Sometimes it made it funnier. Once again, there was so much unintentional funny.
Yeah. Min, was there any point that kind of made you jump?
I have a bad habit of like focusing too hard on trying to read a movie when I watch them. But I did like the way that they did suspense. Even if I personally couldn't hear all of the sound design, they still did a really good job of adding suspense to the movie without it being like your typical jump scare that is just really loud. And that was nice.
Yeah, it didn't feel cheap. The scares did not feel cheap. Especially like the big first one when they're in the room with all the cords. Like, it didn't feel cheap at all.
Yeah.
I was more impressed than anything else. I was like, especially how it was filmed with everything falling. I was really like, wow, you've impressed me.
Yeah.
I love this visual. It's gorgeous. It's spooky. I'm here for it.
The other scene that really stood out to me was when Ha-jun was going back over the replay footage. And he's looking at the one scene where all 6 of them are just like together talking whatever. And he goes, if they're all there, who was filming this?
Yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
That's cool.
I feel like it was more well done than a lot of horror movies. With the pacing, its setups, especially the details. And also I like how, even though I was kind of annoyed with some of the ghosts, I like how each person kind of had a different ending, like what happened to them. That it was like, oh, that's thinking out of the box.
In fact, in one point, we were like, oh, that guy is still left to die. We haven't seen what happened to him yet.
Like, when's he coming?
All right, should we wrap it up?
Yep.
All right, that was our reaction to the Korean horror movie Gonjiam Haunted Asylum. I hope you guys enjoyed this new format. If you like it, maybe not specifically with horror movies, but we can try something similar going forward with different types of content. So let us know. But for now, thank you for listening. If you enjoyed the episode, then please make sure to rate, subscribe, follow, and tell your friends about us. If you want to interact with us or just see more of our content, then you can follow us on Twitter at K-Pop Sundaes or on our other social media platforms, which will be in the description. More single scoops might be coming your way soon, so keep your eye out for that. We also have our main podcast airing right now, and many more exciting things are coming soon. So, happy Halloween, and thanks everyone. Bye.
Happy Halloween! What?
Annyeong!
Spooks!
Spooky goodbye. Woo!